Hello everyone, it's Matt, Comic Order 410. I apologize I haven't uploaded a video in a while. It's partly due to the fact that I broke my tripod. Hopefully I'll have another one soon, but kind of have the camera MacGyver rigged up right now, so I apologize if it's crooked. Just wanted to bring an update. It's basically the books I picked up over the past month or so, and didn't go spending a whole lot because I'm trying to save for Baltimore Comic Con at the end of this month here, but to get started, I picked up Strange Fruit #1 by Mark Waid, and this book has gorgeous painted interior art by J.G. Jones. Can't remember the last time I saw a regular comic book with such great interior art. This cover really doesn't do the interior justice. This book got a little bit of controversy because it's about a black man in Depression-era Mississippi. It's basically what if a black man in that situation had Superman's powers, and I can't wait to read the rest of it. Next up, this book got a little talk after it came out. It's based on the Disney XD cartoon Ultimate Spider-Man Web Warriors, and this issue 8 guest starred Deadpool, and I guess a lot of shops didn't order a whole bunch because it's a kid's book, and people were paying like 10 or 15 bucks for it. I think it died down, but I saw it for cover, so I just grabbed one. Also grabbed these for cover. Don't know much about this book. This is Kaboom's Bee and Puppy Cat #7. And I forget why, I'll have to look it up, but this book was recalled, and this is the recalled version. Got both versions of it for cover price. Next up, IDW did a bunch of EC-inspired variants, and I really liked them. I wish I would have got more, but I get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pulled for me, so they got me this weird science fantasy homage to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 48. Really love that cover. Good idea, IDW. Did some good work in the $1 and $2 bins. I'm not going to show you everything, so got a lot, but never really got heavy into cross-gen comics, but the one I always wanted to read was Mark Waid's Ruse. I've heard a lot of good things about this book, and I found 1 through 4 in the $1 bin. So can't wait to give those a read. This was $2. It's not near mint. It has some problems right there. But this was $2, and it's Green Lantern Corps 201, first appearance of Kilowog. Found some good Jeff Johns Flash stuff in the $1 bin, and anytime I see Brian Bolland covers in the $1 bin, gonna grab them. This is Flash 178. This is a pretty well-known Bolland cover to Flash 184 of the Rogues. This Rogue War storyline was great. Jeff Johns, his whole Flash run was great. Flash 185. It's another well-known Bolland classic to Flash 186. Love that cover. Flash 187. Guest starring Cyborg. And Flash 200. All those were in the $1 bin, so snatch those up. These were, in between. Some of them were $1, some of them were like $2 or $3, but none of these were more than $3. Sorry. I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #25, and I already had this, but mine was kind of banged up, and I wanted to get it because I love this gorgeous Rick Veitch cover, and I'm going to try and get him to sign it at the end of the month at Baltimore. He's going to be there. Got Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 40 in $1 bin. I think this was $3 or $4, but it's an upgrade to my Archie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #1. Nice near mint copy. This was $1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures Special. This was happy to get this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meet the Conservation Corps, and this cover is by Scott Shaw, who created Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. So it's kind of cool seeing his interpretation of the Turtles. This is a little banged up, but it was $1 or $2, and it was a Random House Archie Turtles book I hadn't seen, Return to the Shredder, so grabbed that. Got Spawn 50. Beautiful McFarlane cover here. This was $2.50. Got this gorgeous cover here on Spawn 52 for $1. Greg Capullo, inked by Todd McFarlane. Spawn and the Savage Dragon. That's just a beauty. Couldn't believe these were all in the dollar bin. Especially, I think it's one of the Secret Wars tie-ins. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I believe it was Weird World had Skull the Slayer in it, so it's kind of gaining some attention again. But I found 1 through 8 in the dollar bins, and number 1 is quite sharp here. This is a very fine plus. Skull the Slayer, number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And next issue or 2, guest stars the Black Knight. There he is again on issue 5. Skull the Slayer, number 6. And I got excited because 6 was 25 cents, and then 7 had this 30-cent logo, which led me to think, oh, wow, this is a 30-cent test cover in the dollar bin. Got home, found out it was not, but that's fine. It was $1. And I also got Skull the Slayer, number 8. Can't beat that. And last but not least, I think this was $1.50, I believe. And it's Quasar 39 with Thanos. Greg Capullo cover with Steve Lytle. Doesn't get much better than that. Alright, next up here, some books I grabbed. Got a nice copy of Witchblade number 1 here. I believe this was $12 or $15. Got it at a half price sale. Beautiful, beautiful Michael Turner cover there. Gosh, I am drawing a blank again. I should know the issue numbers of these. I don't think they're on the front. But these were the Hall of Comics variants to 2 of the Death of Snake Eyes issues. And they might still be available on their website, but these action figure variants were... this one was 20, the Snake Eyes one, which was weird because this is limited to 3,000 copies, and it was $20. But then this Baroness one, which is gorgeous, by the way, was $15, and it's only limited to 1,000 copies. So I went ahead and got them both. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, I recommend checking Hall of Comics website. They might still have them up for sale. Very happy to have those. The one shop that was having a sale, they had 70% off variants in this, certain variants that were in the variant box. So I got this IDW's Artist Edition variant to G.I. Joe 208. I believe that's by S.L. Gallant. And again, hoping to get these signed at Baltimore Comic Con. This is the Star Wars number 1 Stan Sakai variant. It was a Beach Ball Comics exclusive, limited to 3,000 copies. So hopefully going to get that signed. And I also bought the sketch variant to that. Hopefully get the great Mr. Sakai to sign him. And I've met him before. He's one of the nicest people in the world. Just such a great guy. One of the few Deadpool books I was still missing outside of completing my Volume 1 was X-Men Origins Deadpool. I was getting Deadpool pulled, but I guess because this came out as an X-Men tie-in, my shop didn't hold it for me. And God, I've seen this book go for $50 to $75. And this had 50 on it, but got it half off. So, finally got one of those. And I upgraded my Web of Spider-Man number 1. Got a near mint copy here. I believe this was $10 after the sale. 10 to $12. And this is, as I've said before, my favorite cover of the Black Costume Spidey. And I just love Charles Vess's work, so I can't wait to get that one signed as well. You know what? I'll jump the gun a little bit here. Picked up this slabbed copy here of Uncle Scrooge 219. It's a 9.8 copy with white pages. I want to give my buddy Tom Ryan a big thank you because he knows I'm a big Don Rosa fan. And this is Don Rosa's first published Uncle Scrooge work. And Tom let me know, hey, there's this guy on eBay has like 8 copies of this raw for sale. Some of them are as low as like $5. And when I got on there and looked, there was actually a CGC 9.8 copy for $55. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get that one. I'm going to unslab this bad boy and have Don Rosa sign it. So thank you for for pointing that out to me, Tom, because I wouldn't have looked and I wouldn't have found this. Alright, I pulled these out just as a point of reference. I had to get a reader copy of Star Wars Purge, even though I already own 2 copies. I've shown this before. This is my copy of Star Wars Purge. I got Signature Series by Adam Hughes here. Got it back at a 9.4. Really love this story. As you can see, Darth Vader just cleans house and kills a bunch of Jedis. Great stuff. And I always liked this book, but I had 2 copies. And I got that one Signature Series. And then at Monster Mania one year, I got David Prowse to sign my other copy. And so I needed to buy a reader copy of Purge. So when I went to my shop, they had a reader copy. I think this was $4 or $5. So now I own 3 copies of Star Wars Purge, and I finally have a reader. But what he popped on me when I picked this book out, he's like, oh, do you have this variant? And I didn't. It was the Star Wars Purge 30th anniversary variant. And they're not ultra expensive, but I don't see them that often, especially in the wild. So I grabbed that up, and hopefully you don't need to buy any more copies of Star Wars Purge anymore. But if you have not read it, pick it up. It's a great read for Star Wars fans and has this gorgeous Adam Hughes cover to boot. Before I show the last bit of books, I got another commission cover from the Living Corpse team of Buzz Hassan and Ken Hazer. And I asked them to take a Howard the Duck #1 blank and do me a classic Bronze Age Howard and Man-Thing. And gosh, Buzz penciled and inked it, Ken colored it, and I love this cover. I think they did a fantastic, fantastic job. And as always, I'm very, very happy with the work that these guys put in for me. Beautiful stuff. And don't think they're using Howard or Man-Thing right for a long, long time now at Marvel. And to get finished here, grabbed a nice copy here of Hellblazer #1. Now the show's been canceled, all the shops around here have marked down their Constantine stuff, so I might be looking for upgrades of my Swamp Thing appearances too, but got a nice deal on this one. I don't even remember what it was, but I think it was like 10 or 12 bucks after the discount. Lightning 2288 just showed a copy of this book recently, and it has, man, it's jumped. And my shop had a pretty nice copy. They had 60 bucks on it, got it for 30. The problem here is this small crease. It doesn't really break color, but as you can see, it affected the interior pages. But other than that, this cover's really nice. And this book's getting crazy. Like I told Rich, a 9.6 copy sold on eBay for something stupid like $600 or $800. So this book is jumping big time. Glad I got a hold of it. Got this. Always wanted a nicer copy of this. My copy of this is rag to hell. I've had it since I was a kid. And found not a perfect, but a nice half-price upgrade to House of Mystery 195 with this amazing Bernie Wrightson Bat Out of Hell cover. I'm just so thankful because I'm a big Bernie Wrightson fan, and I've never met him. My buddy Steve got my Swamp Thing #1 signed by him, and always wanted to meet the Master of Horror. He came to Baltimore in 2010, I think, and I wasn't able to go. And I was really upset because Bernie had a stroke last year. He had to have brain surgery, and we were all praying for him. And not only is he better, the guy's doing shows again, and that's just tremendous. And I can't wait to meet him. So that really worked out great, and I wish Bernie the best. I hope he stays healthy and stays with us for many more years to come. This has small chip out of the cover there, but I got a nice deal here on Superman 317. This great kryptonite irradiated Superman cover by Neil Adams. Got a nice copy of Chamber of Chills here. I think this was 10 bucks. And Chamber of Chills #1. Believe that's a Gil Kane cover. I'll have to double check on that. But it has a few spine ticks, and a small ding up there in the top. But not bad otherwise, especially for the price. Was very happy to get this. It is the only issue of Logan's Run I was missing, and of course, by far the most expensive. Got Logan's Run number 6 with the early Thanos backup story. So now my Logan's Run run is completed, and I've also heard they're planning on doing a TV show. So I wanted to get that out of the way for any speculation got stupid on it. Upgraded my Man-Thing number 1. Got a reader copy, and now I have a nice copy here. God, I think this was 15 or 20. It was definitely 20 or under. Can't remember, but happy to have that. Great Frank Bruner cover. Got a great deal on this book. Again, I want to say it was $17.50. Marvel Premiere 17, and a nice copy. Believe this is second appearance of Iron Fist. Definitely hugely early appearance, but I think this is his second appearance. So glad to have that out of the way for my Marvel Premiere run, getting closer to finishing that. Got a tremendous deal on this. Amazing Spider-Man 134, $12. This is actually the second appearance of the Punisher. And it's not a bad copy either. And it surprised me because Amazing Spider-Man books, especially anything under like, Todd McFarlane or earlier, does not go cheap around where I live. So thought that was a great deal. Even better deal, you know how I love the 30-cent test covers from Marvel. Found 2 that I didn't have, and they were $7.50 a piece. He had 15 on them. Gave them to me for half price, even though he put them behind the counter and hid them for me. That's how good these guys are. And a pretty nice copy here of Call the Destroyer 16, 30-cent test cover. And the Eternals number 2, Jack Kirby cover, and 30-cent test cover too. Has a few problems up here, but not too bad. Got a great deal on these two. Think I paid $50 for the pair of these. And this is a pretty nice copy here of Tales of Suspense number 80. Does have the wax pencil dating on it, but happy to have it. Legendary cover. And this, the color's a little off. Some small chipping up here, but not too bad. This ended up being like $15. Tales of Suspense number 97, first appearance of Whiplash. So still managed to find some pretty nice books, and books that I needed to get signed at the con for decent prices, at least around here, Some stuff around here you're just not going to find in the $1 and $2 bins, but found some good stuff there, and found some good stuff for like $12 and $15. So I can't argue. I don't mind paying a little more when I know it's a brick and mortar store that's been there for decades. I want them to stay around, so that's why I take my business to them, and they treat me as good as they can. But everyone, thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Always appreciate it. Everyone, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and enjoy your comic books.